Build it like you mean it. On Sunday, January 18th, we have a new moon in Capricorn to kick off the new year. And this is going to actively close Capricorn season for us, which is really interesting. We'll move into Aquarius season tomorrow. So let me read you the description from astrology.com so you can get an idea of what this first new moon is all about. It says, the first new moon of 2026 is an ambitious one as we are ready to work on our resolutions in earnest. Use this energy to start projects, start new careers, and work hard to make your dreams come true. Start climbing that mountain. Love the vibe, love this energy. I'm a Cap ascendant, so that's probably why I love it so much. But in general, the beginning of the new year just really did not feel like we were ready to have these solid intentions and know exactly what the work was going to ask of us and that. And so, the guidance that was coming through all of the personal readings I do, the membership polls that are available, and, the one-on-one sessions, everyone was being told the same thing from Spirit, which was like, don't worry about it. At the start of the year, you don't have to have everything figured out. It's fine. Nor do we need to have everything figured out now. But this particular new moon in Capricorn was the marker that they were looking to the future when I was reading or asking about that at the turn of the year. And so this is the thing that's going to set us up. Hopefully you have more clarity about what you want to work on. And, we're at the beginning, we're looking up at the mountain, right? And we're going, okay, I know what goal I want to reach. I can see the top of the mountain. Now I'm going to refocus my attention on this step. Time to start the climb. So let's see what we have here for a pull and a roll. A 6 and a 3. Okay. There you go. Together, obviously this is a 9 energy. And yeah, it's like the feeling of this is creative balance or change, but how can I get going and use what it is that I have to start transitioning this or to create stability so I can start this now? Because it's a 9 together, it does feel like, it's okay if you don't have every single thing figured out. You don't have to have every single thing figured out. In fact, as you're, climbing the mountain, you're focusing on what you have to figure out for this particular step, right? Or what's right in front of you, where your footing is there. So the 9 energy says you might be closing some things or still surveying some things that may need to shift, change, or close as you're beginning to climb. And that's okay, right? That's okay. So let's get these shuffled. We'll see what the card pull and the combo has to provide for us with this new moon energy. Okay. They were talking about how there was an efficient shuffle, and then with the tarot, the deck just kind of hanging up on itself a little bit and not to get hung up. So where can you be efficient and not get hung up on things that are going to distract you or pull you away from what it is that you're meant to be focusing on, working on at this time. Okay, let's see what we have. Card number 3, calming the waters, peaceful self-regulation. And she's got, look at this depiction first. Check that out. Look at those antlers. And it's card number 3. Okay, so this is using your resources again, or creatively using what you have to regulate. I would say regulate your nervous system, regulate your mind, regulate your emotional body, make sure that your energy feels up for it, tapping in and doing a self-assessment, self-regulation, calming the waters. When we talk about waters, we're talking about your emotional body. So It's like we need to be acting and moving from a grounded place. You don't want to make decisions to do things if you're in an emotional like influx, right? If you don't have the emotional stability going on, or there's extreme emotions that are happening for you. So it's important. This is an important note, I would say, from the Oracle. It's like, first, regulate yourself. The antlers are so predominant when I looked at the card, right? They're like, and please, make note of the fact that there are antlers. She's wearing antlers. That just means leadership energy, right? She is in control of her life, of her emotions. She understands how to regulate herself. This is part of being able to make it to the precipice, is what I'm feeling. We're starting here. We're meant to, start climbing that mountain. If you do that when you're all in flux, or you're nervous, or you're shaking, right, and you're not calm and grounded, I would say that's not a good plan. It's not a good idea. We want to wait and self-regulate. This is a nice hint, and I feel it's like a practice. It's a nod from spirit to tell us, like, get this in place first. So whatever tools, tactics, techniques, practices you have to be able to calm your mind, your emotions, your nervous system, your physical body, to make your energy feel clear and calm and balanced and in alignment and present and grounded, utilize those techniques. Over the next couple of weeks, check in with yourself. Self-evaluation. Self-evaluation is going to be needed so that you can get the lay of the land, basically, for yourself. So self-evaluation to understand where you're vibing and what the energetic resource that you're going to be pulling from as you are taking these steps is. And just asking the question, is it regulated? Is it calm? Does it feel stable? Does it feel grounded? Can I take this next step? That's a big part of this energy. It's a nice line in from spirit. Yes, and thank you very much. It's a good reminder. Hang on a sec. Are you good? Because if you're not good, go regulate yourself. You don't have to have it all figured out. And if you need a moment, take a moment. Don't start trying to run up that mountain. When you run up a mountain like that, you come tumbling down and then you got to start over. That's not the goal of this energy. It's like, make sure you feel set. And then take the step and focus on the step. See what the step needs from you. Let's see what we have here. The 7 of Air. Okay, this is the 7 of Swords in this deck. They're saying the contemplation of self needs to be non-judgmental. Non-defensive. So a 7 of Air or 7 of Swords is an interesting card, especially in this deck. You see all those peace doves happening, people gathering around. It looks like she's about to tell them a story. What is the story you're telling yourself? Yes, but 7 of Air or 7 of Swords in high expression is looking for the most peaceful way to resolve any kind of conflict that you may have going on. And we have peaceful self-regulation from the Oracle. So this is like your mental state and what you're communicating to yourself. Again, they just keep going, like, the self-assessments that you make during this time need to be non-judgmental. You're meant to observe what you're doing, what you're feeling, how your energy feels, what's going on in your mind. Are you, in this case with the 7 of Air, are you telling yourself stories that are based in illusion, that are manipulative, that are too tricky? Are you trying to, put yourself in a victim state, lie to yourself about something, believing old narratives that don't really match? Are you saying things to yourself that are causing overwhelm or dysregulation, or that are deregulating your energy, any part of your energy, your health, your mind, etc.? Really watching out for those are going to be so important with this new moon in Capricorn. And that could be anything from doubting yourself, doubting your value, doubting your worth, doubting your wisdom, fears, old narratives, limiting beliefs. I mean, yada, yada, the list goes on and on. We want to come to the table in the self-assessment with kindness and a grounded care, right? Like, let's figure this out, right? It's almost like saying, I love you. I'm not judging you. Let's see what this is, in order for us to understand how we can regulate it. And remember the antlers. You have all the power. You are in a leadership position, period. And so allowing anything to kind of move in your mind to trick you or manipulate you is what we want to watch out for. And you may find that that's happening in your mental state, in your emotional state. You may start to feel really nervous, sweaty palms, maybe you're breathing heavy. Notice how it is that your system is functioning when you go to take a certain step or when you go to start something. And take the moment. Like, they don't want us being defensive or judgmental with ourselves. Immediately when I touched this card, they were like, the self-regulation needs to be non-judgmental and non-defensive. It's not about that. It's not about judging yourself. It's about regulating and loving yourself enough to understand what you need to be able to ground again, to be able to get to that space of peace, to be able to make these tracks, to start climbing this mountain, to do the thing that you need to do for the day or the moment. A 7 of air, as I said, in high expression is going to be you finding another way to resolve a conflict, the most peaceful way, Yeah. The idea of this particular depiction of this card feels like, what kind of story are you telling yourself? Is it putting you in a position that's, deregulating you? They keep wanting me to say your nervous system. So if that's you, pay attention and focus on that. And then instead remembering, wait a minute, I lead my life. What do I need right now? And giving that to yourself. Peaceful self-regulation, calming the waters, calming the emotions. And I suspect with this full moon in the depiction that this is going to go on, for a couple of weeks. Maybe we're just trying to get good at this with this new moon in Capricorn because we're ready to do the work. Sometimes when you go, okay, here I am, I'm ready, you're pouring sweat, your mind's going crazy, you lose yourself. So what they're saying is just kindly do a check and bring yourself back. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. It's okay to still be learning. Aw, a lollipop charm. Wait, let me just, it's like a spiral. They were just saying, like, look at the vortex. And so, like, it's a spiral. What is the sweet vortex? What is the sweet frequency that you want to be in? It's like hypnotic, kind of. Giving yourself the treat, treating yourself, maybe part of this with a lollipop charm. And if that's how you have to think about it, fine, Anything else on that charm, Spirit? They keep just talking about the vortex of it, like the sweet spot. Where is the sweet spot for you that feels good and balanced and calm, where you feel like you are in control of your life, you're in that leadership position, you have the right narrative, and you're ready to take that step? When you're in that space, go for it. Go for it. The new moon in Capricorn says, yes, something new is beginning. You don't have to have all the answers. We're working on this step. Acknowledge yourself and give to yourself. Find that sweet spot for yourself. All right. If you would like more information on the season that's coming up starting tomorrow, I do have an Aquarius season pick a card where you choose from 3 cards, and then we have multiple intentions and prompts in that reading to give you some guidance and insight for this innovative and intuitive season that's coming up. Also, if you want specific personal guidance on your month ahead, I do have a February monthly personal reading where we focus on connections, and I get to look at your personal guidance and your specific pull and send that on over to you for February. So you can check out the links below if you're interested in either of those. You'll find those links in the description below. Visit the Intuitive Astrology playlist to keep up with all of the things that are happening and what we're pulling for here. And as I said, tomorrow the sun enters Aquarius, so we'll have that going for us. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate that. And thank you so much for watching.